expedition to explore the lost promise of rail passenger service along the Oregon Trail. In this episode, Northern Colorado, access to Denver, choices to be made. First, let's look at the alternative recommended by the Pioneer Restoration Organization. It goes through Fort Collins, and in Fort Collins there's an intermodal center that links intercity and suburban buses, city transit service, and it's walking distance to downtown. The intermodal center is located right on the Burlington Northern Santa Fe rail line. There are alternative locations that we'll take a look at. South to Harmony Road. They're served by the new bus rapid transit operations that are proposed along the Mason Street corridor. South from Fort Collins, Loveland, Colorado has also expressed an interest in hosting a stop for the new Pioneer. Loveland is the gateway to the Rocky Mountain National Park, and its downtown station is within walking distance of many of the famous artworks that adorn that city's streets. Some critics of the Burlington Northern Santa Fe line have suggested that the line would be a slow, tedious ride. However, improvements are planned on most of the route, and the portion from Cheyenne to Fort Collins already is being upgraded. Along the route, the Burlington Northern Santa Fe has been making major investments, and it operates a daily intermodal train over the route in addition to local freight service. A far cry from the stereotype of the weedy branch line that has been portrayed by some people who have not actually visited the line. Longmont is proposed to be the first commuter railhead. At Longmont, the Pioneer would enter the 40-mile stretch of railroad to Denver, improved as part of the Regional Transportation District's Fast Tracks project. Space is available for a separate Amtrak station at Main Street if arrangements cannot be made to share the platform. Here's the scene at today's Longmont Depot, across the street from the proposed Regional Transportation District station. Here's a map of the planned commuter rail line from Longmont in the north to Boulder southwest of it, and then on into Denver Union Station southeast of Boulder. There are two possible schedule combinations for the likely Pioneer operation: the classic 2-day, 1-night time pattern or the classic 1-day, 2-night time pattern. Both of them miss the main peak hour operation on commuter rail, so there should be room to dispatch trains through Boulder on the commuter rail line without either service interfering with the other. The commuter service, of course, will need additional passing sidings for the peak hour, and those sidings will be largely available during off-peak periods. Amtrak's recent study of a restored Pioneer assumed that train would run on the traditional Union Pacific streamliner route, bypassing Cheyenne and passing through Greeley, Colorado. Now let's take a look at that route now that we've seen the preferred route through Fort Collins. Once again, there are two lines to Denver, one of them run by Burlington Northern, the other run by Union Pacific. The Union Pacific route goes through what Amtrak eventually tried to call West Cheyenne. That's on the Bory Cutoff, as it's known, that runs trains directly from Laramie to Greeley through a place that is not even in the outskirts of Cheyenne. That bypasses Wyoming's capital, which is the biggest traffic generating station in the state, possibly excluding summertime at Yellowstone National Park. In addition, Cheyenne is one of the tourism focal points of the state, often a destination for visitors from foreign countries. In Greeley, the station is beautifully restored and it's occupied by the Chamber of Commerce. They have developed a farmers market area in the former parking lot, and the station certainly is attractive, but Amtrak believes it would have to spend a substantial amount of money to prepare this station for service. It looks like it's ready to go, but it does need upgrades according to Amtrak in order to make these beautiful platforms accessible under the Americans with Disabilities Act. The former Pioneer ran nonstop from Greeley to Denver, missing the northeast Denver suburbs. Once again, the recent Amtrak study did not consider a new stop. This scene is in Fort Lupton, Colorado. So there are two choices, one of them the Fort Collins line operated by BNSF, more scenery, more population, and a slower route, or the Greeley line, less scenery, less population, and no plans for intermediate stops. At the end of the trip, however, Denver, not just the destination, but also connections to air travel, intercity bus travel, and potential other railroads, as well as a rapidly expanding suburban system. Thank you very much for thinking about the Pioneer, and why not visit one of these websites, learn more about it, and then offer your suggestions, and we hope your support. Thank you. This is Robert Reinerson.